Hi guys, welcome back. So as the title of this video says, it's going to be an unboxing and a book haul. I was recently on Book Outlet, which I really shouldn't do that, but I did find some items that I just couldn't pass up. So I'm going to go ahead and do an unboxing for you here today. Before I get to that package, I'm just going to show you some loose items that I picked up at both Barnes & Noble and the local comic book shop. The first one are these magnetic bookmarks. A while back, I think at my previous book haul, I featured some magnetic ones that I got for the first time. I was actually looking for these, but I couldn't find them. I thought we were out and didn't realize that we had moved the display to a new location. But I just thought these were super adorable. They're all owls, and they're all wearing glasses. And I think this top one really reminds me of Harry Potter. Don't you think? I guess the almost like a Gryffindor scarf. But yeah, I really like these magnetic ones, and I just think these are super adorable. The other two items I got from Barnes & Noble are part of the graphic novel series that I've been reading. One I showed you in my recent Friday reads, but I haven't actually featured it in the haul yet. And that's Why the Last Man. This particular issue is entitled Cycles. It's book 2 in the series about a plague in the year 2002 that kills all the male mammals on Earth except for Yorick Brown and his pet monkey. And it is really, really interesting, and I love the plot so far, and I'm already like midway through on book 2. And I also picked up book 3. This one is titled One Small Step. It's a little bit thicker, too. And it's a really, really good series. It's by Brian K. Vaughan. So that's what I got from Barnes & Noble. Then I stopped off at a local comic book shop. And while I was there, I spotted this, and this is Ozma of Oz. And there's another graphic novel, of course. And I already have, and I featured on a review, The Wonderful Wizard of Oz, the first book. And I really like the illustrations of these. They're a little bit darker look to the story. And I've been wanting to get the rest of them. Unfortunately, this is apparently book 3 in the series. I've never read any of the other books other than The Wonderful Wizard of Oz. So I don't really know what else, what other adventures Dorothy has gone through here. But this is book 3. I don't know if you have to read them in order. If anybody knows, please let me know. But what I need to find out or locate is maybe just order it is The Marvelous Land of Oz, which is apparently book 2 in the series. So, yeah, these are by Eric Shanauer and Scotty Young, I think, is the illustrator. So, yeah, they got a really, really cool look. Yeah. And the other book I got from the comic book shop was The Unwritten. This is Tommy Taylor and the Bogus Identity, Volume 1. It's by Mike Carey and Peter Gross. Oh, too close. There's the back. I'll read the synopsis on this one for you. It says, read between the lines. Tommy Taylor's the main character in a series of fantasy novels that have become a cultural phenomenon. Fans gather on websites and at conventions to celebrate his magical stories and hope that his missing creator, Wilson Taylor, will someday resurface to write one last adventure. But there's one dangling plot thread. The real Tom Taylor, the son Wilson abandoned, the inspiration for the magical boy wizard Tom, is now worshipped worldwide as a literary legend made flesh. As Tom's life begins to take on an eerie and deadly parallels with Tommy's, he's drawn into a strange literary underworld where the power of storytelling is as strong as any spell. So it kind of sounds like there's blurred lines between fiction and reality. This is, let me see, some of the artwork in it. It's got a pretty cool look to it. Again, this is Volume 1, and just looking to try out a couple different series, and this one sort of intrigued me. I'm not really big on like superheroes, Batman, and Superman, things like that, but I like stories with a little bit of a different twist to them. So, anyway, on to the package. Let's do some unboxing. Because I've kind of forgotten a little bit of what I ordered. Anybody else ever do that? I'm sure you have. By the time your order arrives, you're like, oh god, what the heck did I order? Anyway. Okay, ooh. There's the invoice. And I got another one of these $5 coupons, which I used on this order, so now I get another one. Dangerous. Packing. Okay, now some of these are sequels, as I remember now, to books I haven't actually started yet. So because they were just available at the time, I thought I would go ahead and snatch them up. I think this is book 2. I picked up Asunder by Jody Meadows. And this is book 2 in the, I think they call it the Incarnate series, or it follows Incarnate anyway. which I have yet to read. I know a couple people are groaning at me right now, like, what's wrong with you? Why haven't you read that series yet? I know. Trying to polish off a few other series before I dive into some new ones, but, you know, when you get a perfectly good hardcover, you know, on sale, I can't pass it up, so I snatched that one up. I also picked up After Daybreak. This is a Darkness Before Dawn novel by J.A. London. And again, I haven't read the first one. I do own it, but it's like a vampire story. I won't read, you know, the synopsis of it since it is book 2, but I went ahead and snatched it up since it was available, and, you know, can't pass up a good deal. Let's see, these are new. And this is another sequel, too. This is Breaking Point, the sequel to Article 5, which sounds like a super cool kind of dystopian, possibly post-apocalyptic story, which I'm hoping to get into soon. I think the third one's almost due out, too. So, yeah, haven't read the first one, but I will, I promise. And yeah, I don't know much more about the series, other than I own it and it's sitting on my shelf, and what the hell is wrong with me? Okay, on to some other ones. I heard a lot of people talking about this one lately. I didn't like the hardcover so much because it's such a weird shape, but paperback is kind of nice and more manageable. And this is the extremely long title of a book called The Girl Who Circumnavigated Fairyland in a Ship of Her Own Making by Catherine M. Valenti. And this is actually a normal size kind of, you know, paperback. The others I've seen are like super long and they just look really weird, but it's nice, you know, floppy American, you know, paperback that aren't going to crack the spine. Small printing. I like the cute illustrations before the chapter headings, but it sounds like a super cool story. September is a girl who longs for adventure. She's invited to fairyland by a green wind and a leopard. Well, of course she accepts. Mightn't you? But if fairyland is in turmoil, and it will take one 12-year-old girl, a book-loving dragon, and a strange and almost human boy named Saturday to vanquish an evil marquis and restore order. Hey, what a coincidence. It says, not since Oz has there been a land or a cast of characters so rich and entrancing. So, kind of funny they're both in the same hall here, but yeah, love the cover of it. And if I like it, I will go on to the others, but I probably will not be starting this anytime soon since I'm still trying to finish up some of my series. I also got this one. This is like a total cover love. This is by Greg Rosenblum. It's called Revolution 19. I'd seen this when it first came out, and just kind of intriguing cover. Sort of weird things going on with the eye in this one. Nothing special about the inside, just pretty plain. It says, 20 years ago, the robots designed to fight our wars abandoned the battlefields. Then they turned their weapons on us. Which sounds a bit like Partials from Dan Wells, so we'll see. Headstrong 17-year-old Nick has spent his whole life in a community in the wilderness, hiding out from the robots that have enslaved mankind. But when the bots discover the community's location, he, his tech geek younger brother Kevin, and an adopted sister Cass barely make it out alive, only to discover that their home has been destroyed and everyone they love is missing. All survivors are captured and taken to one of the robot cities. The siblings have been hearing tales about the cities all their lives. Humans are treated like animals, living in outdoor pens, and forced to build new bots until they drop dead from exhaustion. Determined to find out if their parents are among the survivors, Nick, Kevin, and Cass venture into the heart of the city, but it is nothing like they've been told. As they live among the bots for the first time, they realize they're fighting for more than just their family. The robots have ruled for too long, and now it's time for a revolution. So, sounds cool. Sounds a little sci-fi elements in there as well. So, really cool. It's got like that kind of papery cover too, which I really like. The next one I got was this is Scott Westerfeld's Uglies, and it's book 2, Cutters, and it is a graphic novel. I already read the first one, which was Shay's story, and I really liked it. Now, I'm not sure exactly where this one falls in the storyline. Presumably, since it does say Uglies, it's still part of book 1, and there won't be any spoilers, because I have yet to read book 2. Living in New Pretty Town. I might want to read Pretties before I dive into this one, because it does mention Pretties here, so I'm a little worried that this might have some spoilers for book 2, and I'd rather read the actual novel first. But yeah, I like it. Let's see if I don't have anything that has a just kind of black and white illustrations. It's pretty nice. And I really like I said, I really like Shay's story, so I finally grabbed a hold of that one. Then I got Michael Grant's Eve and Adam. Girl Created Boy. Love the Gone series by Michael Grant. I have yet to read Berserk, I think it's his other series. But I saw this one come up. I'm not sure if this is part of a series, but I believe he wrote it with his, I think it's his wife, Catherine Applegate. And it says, in the beginning there was an apple, and then there was a car crash, a horrible, debilitating injury in a hospital. But before Evening Spiker could regain consciousness, there was a strange boy checking her out of the hospital and rushing her to Spiker Biopharmaceuticals, her mother's research facility. Once there, Eve has to heal and cope with an eerie isolation only interrupted by her overbearing mother, a strange group of doctors, and a mysterious boy who brought her there. Just when Eve thinks she will die, not from her injuries but boredom, her mother gives her a special project, create the perfect boy. Using an amazingly detailed simulation that is designed to teach human genetics, Eve starts building a boy from the ground up. Eyes, hair, muscle, even a brain, and potentially personality traits. Eve is creating Adam, and he will be just perfect. Won't he? Question mark. Yeah, it sounds super cool. Let's see. Yeah, they are married. So it's Michael Grant and Catherine Applegate. Eve and Adam. Pretty cool. See under the cover. Yeah, there's just an apple kind of embossed on there, and pretty basic inside. And the last one I have, again, I don't even remember much about the book, but I know some people were kind of raving about it. And this is Pulse by Patrick Carman. Again, this would pretty much just be a cover by. There's the spine and the back. Something interesting under the cover. Ooh, kind of an embossed spiral pattern. And lettering. And these hardcovers are all really good condition. Just a little remainder mark on there. Otherwise, there's nothing wrong with them. So, really good deal. This says, in the year 2051, who has a pulse? With the help of her mysterious classmate, Dylan Gilmore, Faith Daniels discovers that she can move objects with her mind. This telekinetic ability is called a pulse, and Dylan has this talent too. In riveting action scenes, Faith demonstrates her ability to use her pulse against a group of telekinesis masters and are so powerful they can flatten their enemies by uprooting streetlights, throwing boulders, and changing the course of a hurtling hammer so that it becomes a deadly weapon. But even with her unusual talent, the mind and the heart can be difficult to control. If Faith wants to join forces with Dylan and save the world, she'll have to harness the power of both. And it's a trilogy, a proposed trilogy. So, again, I won't be starting this anytime soon. I kind of want to finish off some of the ones I have already. So, anyway, that is my book haul / unboxing. Hope you enjoyed it and found something you find interesting here. And thanks for watching. Bye-bye.